And now for our next news special report.
And now in our exclusive report, we're uncovering a seismic shift in the political landscape that could redefine the 2024 presidential election. New polling data reveals a dramatic turn of events. Donald Trump now leads among Latino voters, a demographic historically leaning Democrat, while Joe Biden's approval ratings plummet to a record low. As the economy becomes a battleground issue, Trump's advantage over Biden widens, challenging long-held political narratives. Now, this isn't just another poll. It's a clarion call, signaling a major realignment in voter sentiment. And why are Latino voters pivoting towards Trump? And what does this mean for Biden's re-election campaign? As we dive deep into these pressing questions, stay with us until the end for a critical final thought on why this shift isn't just news, it's a wake-up call for the American Republic. You don't want to miss this. Now, folks, before we dive into our pivotal report, let's touch on a crucial matter. The integrity of our reporting is brought to you day after day. It's supported by our dedicated sponsors. Much like how excessive belly fat, the most hazardous of fats, threatens health by pressing against our vital organs, ineffective leadership weighs down on our nation's core, impacting every American's quality of life. That's why, akin to how many people are turning to this groundbreaking substance to manage weight, our nation looks for strong, effective leadership to navigate out of these troubled waters. Now, our sponsors offering a substantial 51% discount for those committed to improving their health. Similarly, it's time to invest in improving our nation's future. Learn more about this incredible offer at trimwithgary.com. The link's in the description. Now let's get back to our report. So what marks a defining moment for the American political landscape, the latest NBC News poll reveals a seismic shift. Donald Trump now commands a significant lead. Yes, it's Joe Biden's worst nightmare, and this lead is among Latino voters, overturning conventional wisdom about electoral demographics. So this groundbreaking development, paired with President Joe Biden's plummeting approval ratings, especially in handling the economy, signals a profound challenge to the current administration as the 2024 presidential election looms on the horizon. Now, before we dive deeper into the implications, let's take a moment to examine the evidence for itself. Watch.
These are some truly stunning numbers.
They really are, Kristen. And let's just start with the bottom line. When you ask folks, hey, if it's the general election and it's Trump versus Biden, in our poll, Donald Trump now leads Joe Biden by 5 points. Compare that to the last time we polled. Back in November, Trump was ahead then, but it was only by 2 points. And it's even more significant when you look at it this way. Over time, we have been testing for 5 years now, going back to 2019, a Biden-Trump matchup. Remember, 2019, 2020, Joe Biden led. He led big in every single one of our polls. For the first time in November, Donald Trump pulled ahead in our poll, and now at 5 points, this is the biggest lead NBC has ever had in 16 polls for Donald Trump over Joe Biden. And of course, undergirding all of this is this question of he is the incumbent, Joe Biden. We ask voters, what do you think of the job he's doing? And look at that, Kristen, 37% approve and now 60% disapprove.
And we should say that is the lowest approval rating since former President George W. Bush's second term.
Wow. So that clip showcasing the largest lead NBC has ever recorded for Donald Trump over Biden underscores the monumental shift in voter sentiment and the uphill battle facing Biden if he's actually going to last the election. Trump's ascendancy in these polls is not merely a reflection on partisan loyalty. It's indicative of a broader disillusionment with Biden's presidency. Across key issues, the economy, immigration, foreign policy, and presidential competency, Trump is perceived as the stronger leader. Now, this isn't a Republican rallying cry. It's a sentiment echoed by a diverse cross-section of the American populace, now including a significant portion of Latino voters who once tilted heavily in favor of the Democrats. Now, the economy stands at the heart of the shift with a 20-point advantage over Biden on economic matters. Trump's policies, they resonate with voters who prioritize job security, inflation control, and fiscal stability. So this preference starkly contrasts with the current economic narrative under Biden, where despite signs of growth, a pervasive sense of dissatisfaction prevails. Biden's approval rating, now at a dismal 37%, reflects a crisis of confidence exacerbated by his handling of the Israel-Hamas conflict and immigration policies. Perhaps the most telling is the shift among Latino voters, a demographic that played a pivotal role in Biden's so-called 2020 victory. Now, their dwindling support, now nearly split between Biden and Trump, speaks volumes about the shifting political tides. It's not just about policy disagreements, it's a fundamental critique of Biden's ability to address the concerns that matter most to these communities. Though the implications of these polling numbers extend beyond the immediate political fallout, they signal a potential realignment in American politics challenging the Democrats to reassess their strategy and their messaging. For Republicans, Trump's lead offers a vindication of his policies and a rallying point for the 2024 election. Yet this isn't merely a game of numbers. It's a reflection of a deeply polarized nation grappling with critical issues from economic recovery to national identity. As the Biden administration confronts these stark realities, the path to 2024 becomes increasingly uncertain. Can Biden reverse the tide of waning public support, or will Trump's resurgence herald a new chapter in American politics? These questions loom large as both parties prepare for what promises to be a fiercely contested election. So this moment in our political discourse is not just about partisan advantage. It's about the very soul of our nation. As we navigate these turbulent waters, the voices of the American people, expressed through polls and eventually at the ballot box, will determine our course, and the stakes could not be higher. And the message is clear. Voters are demanding strong, effective leadership that can address the pressing challenges of our time. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. The stark revelations from the recent polls, spotlighting Trump's lead among Latino voters and Biden's plummeting approval, serve as a pivotal wake-up call for the American political establishment. This unexpected shift underscores the broader discontent simmering within the electorate, challenging both parties to deeply reconsider their engagement strategies and policy priorities. And for Democrats, it's a harsh reminder that voter blocs are not monolithic and demand substantive engagement on issues like the economy, immigration, and national security. For Republicans, Trump's resurgence highlights the enduring appeal of his policy focus and his personal brand. As we inch closer to the 2024 election, this political tremor invites a moment of introspection. It's a call to action for the return to principles that prioritize the well-being and aspirations of all Americans, transcending beyond mere partisan loyalty. The fabric of our republic is tested not by the challenges we face, but by our collective response to them.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.